So, Dad, what have you learned as an adult?
Well, thank you, Parker, for being here today and taking some time out of your busy schedule to interview me. Well, I guess the first thing I want to talk about is, through my adulthood as a parent and as a professional, I have made some, what I believe, huge gains in being patient and understanding. Let me elaborate a little on the experiences that have helped me become more patient and understanding. The most powerful experience I have been through was becoming a father at the age of 15. Having had such wonderful parents myself helped speed up the learning curve at which most every math teacher would call an exponential rate. Never in my wildest dreams would I have imagined how much work this would require of me. The toughest obstacle for me was being able to slow my lifestyle down to learn how important this new life was for me and how my son was the one who was going to shape me and my life. I had to do my best to understand what having a child meant, and as I grew into adulthood, along with great parent support, I started to figure out how my patience and understanding were going to help lead the way to a bright future for me and my little boy. There were times when I was a young boy, my father would speak of patience, and it wasn't really until I started to see the payoffs firsthand to understand what he was trying to tell me. So here I am today, reaping the benefits of being patient and understanding.
So, Dad, what have you learned as a professional?
Thank you for the reminder, Parker. Yes, I need to speak professionally now. Professionally, as a teacher of 13 years, my patience and understanding have helped guide me through some difficult years, along with some outstanding years. I truly believe that if one practices patience and understanding, no matter how hard times get, one's true self shines through and can then become infectious for others in a learning environment. Moving from one school to the next, my confidence started to become a bit extreme. You might ask how one can teach with too much confidence. Well, I am here to tell you that it's possible. And it's sometimes not to the benefit of the learners and the people around you to be overconfident. This is where I can say that through my experience, I have learned that one must research and learn about an environment before even entering the environment for the first time. Trying to change an environment too rapidly has the ability to backfire. This is where I have learned to become a teacher who has knowledge of his learners and the environment in which I am working. Then with patience and understanding, it is up to me to slowly mold an environment by making changes at which people can be comfortable with. So in conclusion, as an adult learner, I can say with great certainty that my father was spot on with his teachings. Now it's up to me to continue practicing what he preached and what he believed in so much. And not just practice patience and understanding, but practice it with beauty and grace.
What's your approach to democratic learning environment?
Well, being that we live in a democratic society, this question blends well with the first. Knowing how many backgrounds people come from, even right here in our own great state of Wyoming, I know how important it is for people to be listened to. I have been the quiet sort for many, many years. It wasn't until recently I started to really open up and become heard. My confidence levels have risen significantly over the past 13 years, to the point my shyness has dissolved. Being the shy kind for many years in front of my peers, my listening skills have tripled or have grown exponentially. I credit my most recent principal for prying out some of my ideas. He had this ability to open people up no matter how reserved they were. I, being one, he should have never opened up. He made me feel comfortable with who I am as a person and genuinely appreciated what I had to say. His demeanor had rubbed off on the entire staff. I was slow to start, and his consistent leadership skills just helped speed the process up. So here I am now, opening up to you and speaking of an approach to a democratic approach. Well, with good leadership, I believe an approach to democratic leadership requires creating a comfortable atmosphere for all. I truly believe, and I will share these words once again, a leader with patience and understanding of people has more of an ability to bring out the best in others. I believe an effective leader will create this environment for all. It amazes me sometimes how many people are truly on the same page, and finding that page requires a comfortable atmosphere.
How would you create this learning environment?
You know, I gotta say, I am very excited to be part of, or to possibly create a new atmosphere for people to feel free to express themselves. I say activities, activities, activities. We love to laugh, there's no doubt. I want people to laugh. I want people to come together and create lifelong memories. I love life. If this means taking the guys out fishing, and of course any ladies who like to go outside, enjoy the outdoor activities, everybody's invited. But really, maybe setting up a staff triathlon for different departments. I mean, wow, what an opportunity to bring people who love to share ideas to the table to help create a positive environment. A learning environment, to me, must be doing something positive so that the community sees it when they walk in the front door of your school.
How do kids like me learn?
Well, basically, I need to know what kind of learners we are working with. It sure would be nice to see smiles on the faces of students when they are learning. This doesn't necessarily mean they aren't learning if, they don't have smiles on their faces. But hey, I know from experience that memories are more lasting when you can tie some emotion into the moment.
Can you talk to us a little bit about parents?
That's a great question again there, Parker. Again, wow, it's amazing how you just keep spilling out these questions. As a parent, I have been involved with many learning moments in my son's classroom. Just by being there, interacting with the other students and helping out in the classroom, my son feels more of a bond to the idea of learning. He is a believer. By showing my support as a parent and being a believer myself, it seems to rub off on my child and the other students surrounding my child. So parent involvement, to me, is a big part of success in the school, both behaviorally and academically. Effective communicators must be very delicate, when interacting with parents. We must never forget that parents are tied closely with their children in some way, shape, or form. Sometimes these ties can be negative or positive. Some parents have very minimal engagement with their child's learning. This is why it's important to have some history and background of who we are working with and not go in being blind.